You've already seen our episodes where we discuss whether or not people can legally read books online without getting a copyright infringement and all the things that come with it. But are you allowed to hold a book up and turn the pages as you play an audiobook version of it, or is that also illegal? Let's talk to our favorite IP and entertainment lawyer, Tony, to find out more.
My name is Tony Oikasas. I'm an adjunct professor of entertainment law and IP at New York Law School, and I have an Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok account called The IP Professor that is dedicated to all things intellectual property.
We've been talking a lot about whether or not people can legally read books online, and we have lots of videos in a playlist down below where we've answered a lot of these questions, but we had a good one come up this week, Tony. Someone said, if I just hold up a picture book and I am turning the pages as I'm playing an audiobook and it's not me reading it, the audiobook is going to go ding and I'm going to turn the pages. Is that still copyright infringement? So can you break this down for us?
Yeah, that's going to be a loud and resounding yes, Houston. Where do I start? So first off, the fact that you're playing an audiobook is itself its own independent copyright. The reader that, or the narrator rather, that's reading the book, all of the maybe little sound effects that may be in an audiobook, whatever is in it, that is itself its own copyright. That is separate and distinct from the copyright of the book. And obviously, it's kind of in a unique scenario with audiobooks because technically there are two in one, but the actual sound recording, how it's being recorded or how it's being read is its own copyright. This is all even supplemented with the fact that you may even be still infringing on the copyright of the book if, let's say, the book contains illustrations within it, or if you're obviously showing the text of it, that's still some type of public display of the copyrighted work. So the bottom line is, if you're using audiobooks, you're still going to need to get some type of permission from the audiobook company that owns the copyright to that specific work. So Audible, maybe even Spotify, maybe if there's like a Audible version of the book, whatever it is on Barnes and Noble, anything and everything, you need to make sure that you're getting those necessary permissions. This is on top of also getting permission from the publisher, because remember, Audible may be the copyright owner of the reading of the book, but they still don't own the copyright to the book itself. So you're still going to need to go to the publisher and say, hey, I'm licensing permission for use of the reading of the book for my website. I need to get permission for the actual book content itself. This is actually no different than even in the context of music, where when a musician sings a song, they're singing the song, that's one copyright, but the other copyright are the lyrics to that song, or even the notes and the sheet music to that song. So you got to go to the publisher in addition to the record label to get that necessary permission to use both works in the context of an ad campaign, films, TV shows, whatever it is. So please, if you're still hell-bent on the fact that you want to read a book, remember, how would you feel if someone ripped off your copyrighted work? You have to think in that context when you're thinking of using someone else's copyrighted work freely. And because it's going to be asked, I know it's going to be asked, there is no fair use coverage for this type of scenario, especially if the whole premise of you playing the audiobook is to play it from cover to cover. So where's the fair use there? Where's the criticism? Where is the commentary? How are you transforming that use? How much of it are you using? You're using the entirety of it. Everything works against fair use in any aspect of that analysis. So please do it the right way. Just ask the permission, and maybe if you're nice about it, maybe they'll waive a fee. Who knows? Anything is possible. There may be a moment where a publisher will want to make your day and maybe grant you a gratis license. You never know. But please don't play with fire here. You still have to be cognizant of the fact that anything and everything that belongs to someone else could be protected under copyright law.
And it's important to note that if you are looking for the copyright holder, you can go to any of the buying platforms and that is listed. Sometimes it'll be the publisher, sometimes it will be the narrator, sometimes it will be the author, sometimes a combination of those things. And you have to get permission from all of those entities, if they are the copyright holders, to that audiobook if you're going to be using that. And keeping in mind that we have separate copyrights that you could potentially be violating if you've got a book and an audiobook and all of the things. So if you're going to do something like this, get proper permission, get your lawyer involved to make sure you have legal permission and coverage on this. And you can continue, of course, to drop your questions down below. Tony's coming back for even more episodes as we continue what will eventually be a solid playlist on this very specific topic, but right now is housed within our legal conversation playlist down below. So make sure you drop your questions on this and all things related to the legal side of publishing, and we will get those answered for you. And as always, you can reach out to Tony on his social media. Tony, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the IP Professor, and you can check out my entertainment law podcast called End Scene, with new episodes dropping every Friday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Drop your questions down below because Tony is coming back for upcoming episodes, and we're dropping daily episodes to help you navigate the world of publishing, from your writing to your publishing to your marketing, to make this your most profitable year ever with the least amount of stress, overwhelm, and time commitment possible. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.